rolling like a geezer. And they're kooky, mysterious or spooky. They're all together kooky, the Addams Family.
Do. I remember the old TV show. I don't remember the cartoon, but maybe that's because I didn't watch it. But I do remember the old black and white TV show. The good old days of TV. Well, we're bringing you the new days of TV, which is right here on your YouTube. My dog crawling around back there, clicking on the hardwood, the fake hardwood, I'd like to point out. Anyway, yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, and I want you to know that it was the two youngest guys on this show that were having technical difficulties, not the two older guys on the show. I'm just putting it out there. All righty, let's get this show on the road. We are doing the Addams Family today because you guys voted for it, and it seems like the poll got to a few more people as we had well over 200 votes again, which is about par for the course for us. But I would ask you guys that when you see the poll next week, retweet it like crazy, because for some reason the expanse, the reach is not getting there like it should be. I'm getting people telling me all sorts of different things. Oh, don't do this on Twitter, do this, and don't do this because then they won't spread it around. And I don't know. It's too complicated for me. So help a fella out by spreading that poll around when you see it. Okay, let's get rolling. Let's bring in the crew. I guess age before beauty. There's Gary Martin. He's joining us today. I want one of those. You said you had an extra one?
This one.
Okay.
When I send you your copy of my book, I will be including that in the package.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. I remember always wanting one of those when I was a kid. That was the one Wrightson piece of artwork that I didn't ever get, was that Howard the Duck button. So let's bring on a guy that is not afraid to eat on camera. It's David Williams. What is that?
This isn't a food stream?
Is that grits? What is that?
What is that?
Yeah, grits, eggs, and homemade sourdough bread with olives and everything bagel seasoning on it.
Oh my gosh. So, well, wait a minute. It's like, what time is it? 3 o'clock there or 2 o'clock there?
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock.
So this is like pre-dinner, post-lunch?
Second lunch.
Yeah.
You know, they call it, that's the hobbits call it, right?
It's like a hobbit, like second breakfast.
Yeah, second breakfast, and you have the second lunch. I haven't had any lunch. I want you to know that now. So we're sitting here watching you eat, and I'm getting hungrier and hungrier. Now, people may be wondering, what happened to Bigfoot? And we're constantly looking for Sasquatch. But because he phases from dimension to dimension, he may be phased out right now. But we're prepared this week, more so than we were last week. And taking the place of Sasquatch is our very favorite character designer, animation guy. It's CORAN KIZER STONE. There he is. Kizer, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you doing?
Good.
I'm reporting from Jersey here.
Okay, I was going to say, you're in New Jersey, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm from Jersey. Can you see my screen all right? Or
we can see it, yeah.
Is it too close? Let me see.
No, I mean, it's never too close. We just want to, we want to see the magic happen.
Right. You can be too far away, but you can't be too close.
That's right.
Okay, that's good. I like it. That's very poetic.
See, folks, this is what I'm talking. When I say technical difficulty and young people, that's what I'm talking about. It's not us old geezers. We got it figured out.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right. I want to ask Kaiser what he's up to or been up to, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. We're going to see who's in the chat, who has taken the time to join us today on this very exciting, or soon to be exciting episode of Graybeard's Studio. Halder 6480 is here. Repairman Jack is here, saying Nebraska's third place in Big Ten wrestling. Going to be a good year for Cornhusker football, I think. Yeah, except our AD just announced that he's leaving to go to Texas A&M. What's that all about?
Well, he's assuming that the wrestling teammates are going to play football too.
Well, I guess that's right. If they winning wrestlers, well, actually, one of the wrestlers is a defensive lineman, is doing quite well. So there you go. Sequential Artist is here at work just now. Sorry to miss the live cast, but we'll catch the video later. Thank God it's Wednesday, because the Addams family. Get it? That's a joke. Ozhead is here. Ellie, First Herald of Coomer's Gate. Tonight and tonight only, Raul Julia returns. Don't let me down. I'm going to let you down. Ronan, Citizen Ronan. Ronan followed by Citizen Ronan. Pastmaster Dan is here. Birdman Burr. Dan, the Pizza Man Genovese is here, of course. Omer Glitch says, hi, everyone. Here's to a great show. Hail. Thank you. We're going to do our best to entertain with our drawing skills. We shall see. Dale A is here. Let's see. Pastmaster Dan says Fester is a favorite of his. I might, well, I'm not going to say who I'm going to draw. We'll see what everybody else is doing first.
Fester?
Uncle Fester. Yes, not like Festering Boyle, but Uncle Fester.
All right.
I guess it's just like Festering Boyle, right?
I'm doing whatever Aaron does.
I know exactly what he's going to do. I'm not telling you what I'm going to do then. Spambot says, I tried to buy corn dogs the other week, but they only had the mini ones. Society is collapsing. Well, we already know that.
I agree. I was going to buy some, for some props, and I
couldn't get any.
I could only find the little ones.
Corn dog props. Japanese Balton Seijin is here. I don't know what that says in Japanese, but it must say something. Brian Norton, all the way from Japan. Look at that. Look at all these things connect. Let's see. Lord Hinson Comics Gator is here. Gen X Catholic has joined it. Robert Doan Pills is here. The Normie Nerd. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is...
He's dating himself.
What? The Doan's Pills?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? For back pain, it was Doan's Pills.
Yep.
Zombie Chow. The Grifter is here. Actually, just Grifter, not the Grifter. JV Stylelore is here. Let's see who else we got here as I speed along. Dan Lawless is joining us. Headless Bourgeoisie. Caesar has joined us. Back from the dead. Best Age Comics. Hidden Hand Media. Thank you all for joining us. Trips is here. Timmy Mello. And, of course, Holy Hand Grenades. All right, guys. Let's do a quick round of show and tell and get this show on the road because I am having issues with my phone and I'm through with crappy service. We are switching our phone service right after this show. We are heading out, getting hopefully new phones and a whole new carrier because Verizon sucks. You heard it. I said it right here.
Give you an update on your new carrier because I'm about to jump ship too.
Are you on Verizon?
Yep.
I can't get reception in my own house. It's like if I can't get reception in my own house, what is the point of having a phone? And David, every time I talk to David and I'm like blurping in and out, he's like, I'm on a landline, man. What's your problem? I'm just like, I used to have a landline, but I wasn't going to pay for two phones. I'm not going to pay for cell phone and a landline. So what do you think, Kaiser?
My father's he's testing out some microphones right now. Unfortunately. Well, Verizon, it's okay. I've always had problems with Verizon.
Well, apparently everyone does because I've talked to people on both coasts that are have issues with Verizon. So there you go. So we're going to solve that problem later this afternoon. But anyway, Gary, what have you got that you would like to present to us for our visual enjoyment?
I shared this commission behind me last week, the inks.
Oh,
I slapped some watercolor dye on it It's big. It's 18 by 24.
That's beautiful.
Did that lay as flat as it looks like it laid?
Yeah, I had to go over it a couple of times to get that, so everything is like double colored to get the flat tone.
Nicely
You
done.
should
That's
do like
great.
a series of like superhero chicks in this same style, just like this, man. It would go over like hotcakes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, that's one of my biggest selling prints has been my Wonder Woman Nouveau I did. So there is a demand for that kind of artsy fartsy Nouveau thing. So very nice.
Looks like a giant playing card.
So I have to go to my local print shop to get that scanned.
That's nice.
Your local what?
To get it scanned, my 11 by 17 scanner, there's no way I'd have to scan it like 4 times and then try to piece it together. And because it's color, it makes it problematic.
That's true. It's hard enough to piece the black and whites together without colors. Ugh.
You should put like gold leaf on all that filigree type stuff.
Add a couple hundred bucks to little gold
like
leaf.
Queen Nikki in the chat has started an auction. I may
150 confirmed. Gonna need a
I've
little
already
bit
been
of
paid for it. I've already been paid for it, so you're going to have to come up a bit for me to.
Yeah,
I think that's
send it to the
confirmation that she wants you to take off your clothes.
you know what it is? Well, for 150, that now that's something else. Now we're talking. Yeah, that's good money. That's good money.
Airman Jack is
Man.
okay. Just because I'm wearing the hat, does it mean you have to trash talk their football team?
Oh, at San Jose State.
Yeah, I went to San Jose State.
Well, yeah, I don't know. This is not a sports program, you guys. So don't get us going down.
200 corn dogs confirmed. Now,
Corn dogs confirmed. Now we're those have to be full size. They can't be those tiny ones. They got to be like
full size. Yeah, exactly. They have to have sticks.
Now they're bidding to keep us from undressing. David, you got something you want to show us?
Not really, but I'll show this anyway because I gotta mail this off. I've been slacking on mailing things off.
Oh,
this was
of course, yeah.
You're mailing that to me, right?
Yeah. No, this was for the auction for Graham Nolan's daughter and son-in-law. Their house caught on fire, so this went on auction last week.
Yeah.
And so I got to mail this off with a myriad of other things I got to mail off.
That's such
apologies. And this was the second one I did on the show.
Very cool.
Did a Batman, so they made a little bit of money off of these, so I was glad to help. And don't expect to see this type of quality on this show.
Yeah, it only turns out disclaimer. Oh, geez. I specifically asked David about that. I'm like, dude, you just did that like in that Spider-Man like 2 hours. Why can't you do that in our show? He's like, oh, motivation.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I gotta do everything as a charity auction or offer him some money under the table to get
that's
that.
Right.
But those are tremendous. I got all my stuff finally mailed off yesterday. So
the Spider-Man piece was actually pretty crappy until David added the rain strips.
The rain, there you go. The rain set it over the top.
That's right. It kind of distracts your eye from the overall crappiness, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, look at that rain effect."
Favorite characters: Batman and Peter Parker.
There you go.
Man, yeah.
You did your fair share of these characters, right, Coran?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I did Spider-Man a few times as a storyboard artist and as a main character designer. Unfortunately.
All right, what do you got on your pad? You want to show us? Mr. Stone.
Let's see. I'm hoping it's coming in straight.
That's pretty straight.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. So I did this a couple of days ago as a.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
For Toriyama. Because I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. So yeah.
So this is you did this for recreation, not for a gig or something, or did
No,
you?
Yeah,
it was to honor the passing of the creator.
Oh, right, that's right. Yeah, I'm not as dialed into that stuff as you guys are.
Hip, man.
No.
So yeah, he just recently passed away. So I had to do something for that guy. And then let's see, I did something here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be even showing this, but
Do it.
Kaiser,
Yes, you are.
Kaiser, what are you going to draw when I pass?
I'm gonna draw you, Gary. I'm gonna draw you. But it's gonna be a different Gary, and I was like, oh shit, that's not.
I'm going to fake my death. I'm going to fake my death just so I can see what you do.
Okay,
Gary,
so-
Gary Cooper. Yeah, I did a Sub-Zero for a company I'm working with.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So is this stuff all like? Is this just design stuff, or they actually use your art in the in whatever they're,
Consumer products or
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this is for a digital game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like the Marvel Snap stuff. So yeah.
But they're using your actual art, like they'll publish your actual art, or are they just using this as a design thing?
Yeah, this is going to be a design
animation.
within the card, the collectible digital card stuff.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So I did that and some Spider-Man.
Woo!
Oh, geez, look at that.
Wow. Now that's how you foreshorten.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Cool.
Look how tiny the hand is in the background compared. So that's like, there's like 10 feet distance between.
Coran was like, I got your Todd McFarlane right.
Yeah. Or you have to follow David's theory about foreshortening. It's a time thing. So it's not a distance measurement. It's a time measurement.
Yeah, no, it depends on the character that you're drawing. Because I try not to do it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just,
Is that like an in between a gray and green Hulk? Or is
no,
it just
I don't
green?
know what it was. I was just sort of like drawing the dude. Yeah, because I realized I don't draw a guy, this guy, enough. So yeah, I play with the greens and make it a little gray. And I play with the color touch.
Real nice.
Yeah,
That's really cool. I like that a lot. I'm a big Hulk fan.
That's pretty much it. Oh, I did a ninja guy for somebody. I don't even know who this is. I forgot what I did it for.
Ninja dude.
A lot of this stuff I just get paid and I just like totally forget that it even exists until later on. Oh, this is a what's his name? Scorpion, right?
You're asking me?
But I did this on Instagram Live like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So yeah, but that's it.
So you're 100% digital. Do you ever do anything traditional, or are you just always?
I have a sketchbook and I'm filling it. But I don't draw traditional enough. So that's one of the reasons.
Look at that.
All right. What inspired this? I'm just curious.
Did you do that when we were doing Calvin and Hobbes?
No, I don't even know when you were. Man, you should have. You should have called.
We did a Calvin and Hobbes episode. I don't know, a month and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, no, I did this because I love Calvin and Hobbes, Bill Watterson.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
Yeah, and this was supposed to be. So I did something where, what if Calvin and Hobbes became spies, and Christopher Robin and Pooh became their arch enemies, like as they got older. Sort of the power of imagination and all that stuff, right? But what if before that happened, they were friends and they were going on adventures together?
So they were friends, but then they turned on each other. And
spy versus spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got this whole backstory.
Yeah. I mean, like pretty much everything that I do is like has a backstory to it, unfortunately.
No, that's fortunately, right? Put some thought into it. It makes sense. See, I don't do that at all. None of my stuff makes sense. Do you have another? You have another one of these, don't you? You did two.
I have this.
There it is.
Wow. Just the energy in this stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
awesome.
That'd make a great T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually made it a T-shirt.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I put it up on Spring. So let's see if anyone wants to buy any of it. I was thinking also of making some of them posters. So
those are cool. It's really, really cool.
So
all right,
good.
Queen Mickey says she'd
Factory.
totally buy that. So there you go. You got one sale already. Awesome, man. That's great looking stuff as usual. We've come to expect from you. I just have one thing to show here real quick, and it's me. No, I did.
Quick, show some art.
Yeah. Hurry. I finished this from last week.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
There you go. Someone pointed out to me that I forgot. Who was it? Of course, it was the Art of Roy. Pointed out that I forgot the wristbands on Namer, and he, of course, was correct. So I went back and put them on there. And so, yeah, we've got a little Submariner versus Human Torch.
So Submariner, okay, what's your backstory? Submariner is coming out of the water because he doesn't like the torch flying over the ocean. I mean, what's going on here?
Oh, no, they're always pissed at each other. Namer's always looking for a fight. He was...
he said, I will have sex with your sister.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. I'm going to get him.
Well, there's all these Atlanteans, like just off camera. He's like leading a big charge against the mainland, which we just can't see because we're just a little too far out to see. And the Human Torch is like, no, there's not going to be any of that today. So you're going to have a little fire versus water fight that, everybody loves. So there you go.
Torch would definitely lose. Look at all that water that he's around.
He's in a bad neighborhood.
These dude always fight. They fight constantly. I don't know whoever won. I got to go back and read them again, I guess.
Did you ink that with the brush thing, or did you do it with the calligraphy pen?
I did it with a calligraphy pen and some Micron. So a lot of those heavy blacks on the on Namer are with the calligraphy pen.
Gotcha.
So, and that water was all done with the calligraphy pen.
What size is it?
11 by 14.
Wow.
So, there you go. That's all I got.
You should do the 4 elements: Storm, Submariner, Human Torch, and then maybe the Thing.
There you go. That'd be a nice team.
Yeah, new Fantastic Four.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Fantastic Force.
Ooh, look at David. It's writing itself.
Yeah.
All right. Omer Glitch is like, is there ankle wings? Yes, there are. I forgot those too, but I added those on as well. So everything is as it's supposed to be.
Yeah, without the wristbands and the ankle wings, he's just some dude in a Speedo.
No, he's Spock in a Speedo.
Oh, right.
When Submariner was overweight, they were cankle wings.
Oh my goodness! You could do that now.
That grew in Gary. That.
Yeah, Kaiser's down there groaning, and Gary's like, it took him like 30 seconds before it finally. True. All right, guys.
Blocking off his blood circulation. It's with the day, guys.
That Submariner piece, of course, is for sale, like everything I do, because I'm an absolute capitalist. Every stretch of the work. I did have somebody contact me about it, and whenever I tell people my prices, and I think I have reasonable prices, they're always like, "Oh,
yeah, it costs this much," and then you hear.
I know, and I'm like dirt cheap, man. Well, I'm not dirt cheap, but I'm affordable.
Oh, right. Chat, by the way, I have some new sound effects for super chats. So, get your credit card.
Test them out, right? Gary's saying, send me money so I can. He's got to pay for his little sound effect machine.
That's right.
That stuff's
I'm
not-
already in the hole.
It's already $5 in the hole. Help me get out. Oh, True Believer says, how much is it? I am asking $250 for that Namer piece. 11 by 14, 2 characters, fully inked. Come on.
That's a steal.
That's a steal.
I want to ask the chat something.
Yes.
Put the number 1 if you picked Addams Family, and put the number 2 if you chose Mad Monster Party.
Nobody picked Mad Monster Party. I wanted to do Mad Monster Party, but
That's what I just want to know who did it so I could chastise them.
Wait, you want to chastise people for picking Mad Monster Party?
For picking Addams Family.
Okay.
Okay, John, $2.
I've never even seen the Addams Family.
For
but
a
I
$2
definitely draw them.
super chat. That's all you get.
John, for $2. Thank you.
Easy,
Let's
Mary.
test that sound machine, Gary. There it is. You got the chirping birds. Thank you so much for that $2. Okay, what were the numbers again? 2 was Addams Family. 1 was wait a minute. Which one was which, David? David's muted.
Uh-oh.
So he can't even answer his own. Do you remember what he said? 1 was
No.
Mad Monster. No, 1 was
Does it-
Addams
does-
Family. 2 was Mad Monster.
Okay.
Right?
What's 3?
3 would have been The Nightmare Before Christmas, I guess.
Okay, then what's 4?
There is no 4.
There is no 4. Hello, sorry. No, 1 is Addams Family, and 2 is Mad Monster Party. That's all I want to know about it. Those were the top ones, I'm sure.
It looks like there's a lot of 2s in here, so I don't know. People are lying. I don't know what's going on.
They don't want to be chastised.
And they're voting, multiple times. So I don't think
I don't know.
this is like a Democrat district.
I don't know what Mad Monster Party is, so I'm just
What?
Go with
Get out.
Nah.
Dude,
Boot
are you
him out.
kidding me?
Get him out of here. Show
What
him
is
something.
All right.
Is
Let
that
me,
a
let me,
cartoon?
Yeah, the one of the greatest stop motion animation films ever.
well,
Wasn't it designed or storyboarded or something by Jack Davis?
Yes, it was.
and Frazetta did one of the posters too, didn't he?
Had all the best celebrities doing voices in it. Had Phyllis Diller in there.
Oh,
That's right. I mean, come on. If it's Phyllis Diller, it's,
Wealthy.
Yeah. Her husband, Fang.
Bang.
Oh, I'm trying to find an actual shot from the. Oh, here we go. There's Phyllis Diller. We'll bring her in with Dracula. What was this, like 1966 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So this was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said that's the reason why I don't know what you guys were talking about.
Well, dude,
He
you
said,
can
what you
look
old
it up.
guys are talking about.
You can look it up. It still exists out there. So there you go. There's a little stop motion. There's Phyllis Diller, and who played Dracula.
Oh, I forgot the guy who did the voice of Dracula.
Looks like they kind of tried to make him look like Bela Lugosi a little bit, though, doesn't it?
A tiny bit.
Tiny
He looks
bit.
like the Count on Sesame Street.
Kind of, yeah. I would say so. Sure.
This was Rankin and Bass, though, wasn't it?
Yep. Can you show the
don't-
trailer?
Can I what?
Can you show the trailer? There's
No,
a trailer.
because they'll.
And here's for $5 and over.
Yeah.
Nomadaman for $5. He says, "Hey David, can you hold off a week before sending out that Spidey piece from the auction? I'll be in touch via Instagram."
For sure.
Yeah, David. Anything to delay shipping, David's all over that.
That's right. My least favorite thing to do.
No, I have to ship it.
Dude, that is the worst. Cutting cardboard and styrofoam and all this stuff is the worst. But
Dude, look, I go to great lengths to send some of these packages because they're oversized. But I get these boards and I get them cut at Home Depot. These
those
cork board, so your
press
stuff
board.
doesn't bend.
right.
So,
Well, David packs stuff well, man.
and some stuff I'll
Yep.
just put in boxes because it doesn't need it, but other things I do because they're, like I said, they're oversized.
He's
So
yeah, he's not.
be
to
a little
trifled.
patient, people. Sometimes Home Depot doesn't have the proper stuff, and I have to wait.
All right. So you guys ready to rock and roll here?
Yeah,
All right. So does everybody know what they're doing?
no,
You
I'm
go
doing whatever
around the
you're
horn
doing.
and-
I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing because
It doesn't matter because I'll look and I'll see
No,
and I
man.
go, oh, okay, I know what I'm.
Check this out, dude. I went to a toy show on Sunday. I picked up this Zemnu the Living Titan. Who would have thought there was a Zemnu the Living Titan figure?
Wow.
But there he is, folks.
Yeah, who would have thought that anyone else but you would even know who that is?
I almost
Dude.
thought it was Shanu for a second when I.
No, I
just looked real
saw
quick.
it. There was a toy. There was guys that like at an actual, like comic shop, toy shop thing. So they had like the whole setup with glass cases and stuff. And this was sitting in there. And I saw it. And the second I saw it, I said, I'll take that. I mean, it wasn't even a hesitation.
Dang, nerd.
I am a collector.
Dude, come on. Zemnu the Living
I
Titan.
see something I want, and I have to have it.
Zem. Come on, look at how cool that is.
Yeah.
Kaiser, you love this, don't you?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. It looks like a abominable snowman from Street Fighter.
Well, he's kind of like that. Yeah. I mean, you want to modernize it a little bit. He goes all the way back. He's prior to Mad Monster Party, actually. So
Yeah, see, most of the
Love
people in
them
the
away.
chat don't even know who that is.
Well, you guys need to educate yourselves, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so Kaiser, do you know what you're going to be drawing?
Oh, I'm doing the Addams Family.
You're gonna do the whole
The
family?
whole family?
No, actually, I'm gonna make. I got a little surprise. So,
Oh,
Okay.
see, no one's
So
talking.
no one is.
No one's talking.
No one's.
We're all gonna end up drawing the same thing, and then I'm gonna make you all look bad. So.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that would be awesome.
yeah, I'm gonna do a little something different, like I always do. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay,
Unfortunately.
so yeah, David is waiting. David's got his camera off. He's waiting to see what Aaron is drawing.
Yeah.
I'm doing it in like blue pencil. I'm gonna do it really light so he can't see.
Did you get it wireless?
Okay. Morticia is gonna be in the drawing. Okay,
I'm
I'll
looking
give you
for it.
that. Because how could I not?
Okay, so you're doing more than one figure.
Yeah, actually, she can't be that big. Cause I want to put Lurch in there too. I have to draw her a little bit smaller because Lurch is like 8 feet tall.
Draw a little more of Morticia, and then you're giving the art purchaser a bonus. One on the back.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, so
Yeah,
give them like
if you have time.
yeah. Well, then they'll call and say, "Hey, how much for that Addams Family piece?" I'll go $50. They go $50. Kidding?
Yeah. That's just like they act insulted.
How dare you?
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Yeah,
Huh?
people want
Who do you think you
want
are?
nice stuff. They want nice stuff, but they don't want to pay for it, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Wow.
You think they just crank this stuff out in a couple of minutes?
Well,
You
we
draw
crank it out in
anyway.
12 hours. Except for
Yeah.
David, he doesn't. He just drags his feet. Except when he's on Graham's show, and he gets stuff done.
Graham?
Before we get into another topic, there's something I want
Yeah.
to discuss. And it ties in with an update with my art book.
Oh,
I've
updated.
been having. I'm going to be as diplomatic as possible.
Okay.
I've been having problems with my printer for my Brush with Destiny art book, thus the delay. And last week, we got to the point where all the artwork, 130 pieces, separate pieces of artwork, all different sizes, all formatted, ready for print. Everything was ready to go, and it took a while to get to that point because of the problems I was having with this particular printer.
Is this like a formatting issue, or was it
They sent me the wrong
template?
template, and I sized like I said, 130 pieces of artwork and the cover.
You did it all wrong, and
And they said, "Oh, yeah, these are all the wrong size." I was like, "How could they be the wrong size? I'm using your template." Anyway, got all that done. Everything was okay. I got the proofs. I okayed the proofs. And then last Friday, I get an email from the design person that I was dealing with. They're like the middleman between the design and the actual print shop. We just got a note from the print shop that they're concerned that these are copyrighted characters.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh,
No.
So I'm going back and forth with emails, and every response that I'm sending them is getting more curt, should I say?
Remember when everything changed and they got super hypersensitive to that stuff, and it was like,
Yep.
you couldn't even go into a copy shop like Kinko's and like, "Oh, those copyrighted?" And like, "Yeah, but I work for Marvel, so they don't care." "Well, I need a letter from Marvel," and you're like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, that happened to me. Like anyone's going to go after a copy shop for a
Right.
yeah.
So they were mostly concerned about not so much a little bit about the DC stuff, but mostly about the Marvel stuff, because Marvel is owned by you know who.
Oh, yes, Devil Disney. Yeah, that's right.
And they were terrified of being sued by Disney.
Wow.
And I'm trying to assure them that my measly 300 print run of books, which I will not be selling online or in a bookstore or on Amazon, or, that one, they won't even know about it. Two, they're not going to come after me for, 300 copies of something. And the same day I get my newsletter from Bud Plant, and they were advertising Terry Dotson's new sketchbook.
Right.
And I remember, Aaron, you sold some of your sketchbooks through Bud Plant, didn't you?
Yes.
And didn't you have known characters in your sketchbook?
Yes, just not on the cover, but yes.
Right. And how did you have a disclaimer in it, or did you just put them in the book?
Actually, I did. I did say that, characters, copyright, Marvel Comics or whatever in there. But there's now they may not feel the same way about me now as they once did, but there used to be, they had kind of like, we had this gentleman's agreement thing, right? And it was at DC and at Marvel, where they just kind of like, as long as you don't exceed this print run and you're not selling them beyond conventions or whatever in smaller numbers, that
right. And I was trying to explain all that. And even Quesada came out with a public statement saying that Marvel would not go after freelancers for doing this kind of stuff. He did that a couple of years ago when there was, some issues, and that it kind of rears its ugly head every once in a while, because it is a gray area that if they chose to, they could come after anyone using their characters if they wanted to.
Sure.
But that's a slippery slope, because, the publicity would not help them at all if they did something like that.
They came after freelancers that working for them.
Right. And the reason why we're selling this stuff is because their page rates. Yeah. Fill in the blank.
So have you solved this issue, or?
Well, I got to the point where I wrote what I really wanted to say to this person, and put the email in a draft form, and thought maybe I should sit on this email for a little bit before I send it. And I'm sure glad I did that, because Jenny Beth Orts, the print rep that you recommended.
Oh no.
She was CC'd on all these emails, and I didn't know she was privy to this the whole conversation. And I was thinking, I should run this stuff by her and see if if there's anything she could do. But I was at the point where I was already calculating how much longer that this was going to take me to find another printer and start from the very beginning, and time and money that this is going to cost. It's already taking way longer than I had hoped for it to come out, way longer than I'd hoped, and this is going to add at least another month to the process. So I was not happy. And just then I get an email from her, and she told me that she's had read all these emails, that she said, I'm going to call you. I am traveling right now. Turns out that's like she was visiting family in the Philippines. And what the Philippines is like from the West Coast is, what is it, like 8 hours ahead, something like that?
But yeah, I would guess. I haven't checked the clock, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, it ain't close.
Yeah, something like that. So she was like, this is nighttime in the Philippines, and she calls me. And so we talk about, the options, and she was with me 100%. She couldn't understand, why they would think that Disney would come after. And I told them I would sign a waiver. I would take all responsibility, all legal responsibility, all that stuff. And they still said, no, because they'll sue us too. So, and that's how
they say it like that. Or?
Yeah.
That's exactly how they said it.
That's how they said it. Birdman. Bruce Lee fighting to get back in the book.
Bruce Lee's fighting.
I am never going to live that down.
Oh, that's what I'm drawing, Aaron.
What, Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee.
No, what you're drawing. I just saw what you're drawing. I am. I told you this is a competition, bitch.
Oh, okay. Bring it. Bring
So
it.
anyway, Beth says, well, I have contacts with, I'm paraphrasing, with some of the, printing monkey mucks, and I'm going to reach out to them and see if they can persuade this company, to go ahead. And because she agreed with me that the whole thing was ridiculous, and they were being paranoid and,
right.
etc. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I'm glad you're doing that, but I'm getting ready for Monday morning, getting the email of, okay, now we have to look for another printer. So that's how I left it Friday evening. Monday morning comes, I get an email from the printing representative for that company saying, Gary, we've decided to go ahead and print your book. We apologize.
Yeah.
See, aren't you glad I recommended Genevieve now? I thought you were going to say something bad about her.
I am ready to shout her name from the mountaintops. Genevieve Orts, if any of you out there want to put your foot in the water in publishing and are looking for a printer, you need a printer rep. Not only did she save me money in terms of finding a good deal, but
yeah,
she saved the project. And I highly recommend. She did this from the Philippines while she was visiting her family.
That's right. Genevieve Ortiz. There you go.
She's awesome. Totally awesome. So that's the update that the book is. They're talking about. I'll probably get the information of when they will be shipping the books to me sometime this week. And so the books will be in my hands very soon.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad you guys worked through that, because I when you brought that up, I went, holy crap, I didn't even think about that. And printers and they get so freaking paranoid about that stuff. It's crazy. Travis Perrick for $2. Gary, are you going to do it? are you going to do a reenactment of Kill Bill? So they thought maybe
Which one of flying with my bare feet through the door? And yeah, I mean, I was pretty steamed.
Oh my God.
So the draft of that one email that I didn't send, I was able to delete.
Whew. I'm glad you thought about it. Always,
Yeah.
Calmer heads always need to prevail in such instances.
Yeah. So when I get an official notice, I've asked a couple of times, official notice of when the books are being shipped to me, I will send out a official update.
Wow. Top that, anyone.
Here is another.
Uh-oh.
So I was
The
in,
Vespa guy for $5. Thank you, Vespa guy. I bet this wouldn't have happened if you had left Bruce in. These spinners don't know who they are messing with, Gary. Let slip the corn dogs of war.
That's right.
Oh, see? Yep, it's the curse of Bruce Lee is following you around. That's what it
I'm
is.
afraid so.
Oh, I see. They're saying the joke is your outfit, Gary, because you're wearing a yellow tracksuit, apparently. As
yeah,
what's
Kill
your face
Bill.
did in Kill Bill, yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Accidental cosplay.
That's
Rage at the Illusion says, I'm curious about how does a $50 super chat sound like, but my wallet is not curious enough.
true. Well, I've got something special lined up for that.
Oh.
But there's only one way to find out.
Queen Mickey wants to know, Gary, will you have extras for those who didn't back it
I will.
at extremely inflated prices?
Yes, yeah. They will. The price will be inflated, but it'll still be reasonable.
Well, it's just you got to be on top of these campaigns, man. Come on, Queen Mickey, you know that. All right.
Homage to Bruce Lee or Uma. That's I'm not going to answer that question. Hold on a second. I missed his Major Corn Dog.
What?
That's his name, Major Corn Dog.
See what you've inspired a whole new generation of YouTube names and yeah, there it is.
Randy,
Yeah.
I will be. I'm sorry, Randy. I will be doing that. Randy, how everyone who needs me to ship the book internationally, they will all get a note from me and giving them the bad news of how much it'll cost.
So the question, though, Gary, that you didn't answer is: are you cosplaying as Bruce Lee from Game of Death, or are you cosplaying as from Kill Bill?
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah,
Hey,
not
I
Gwyneth
wore
Paltrow.
yellow.
No, it's not
before
Gwyneth
you.
Paltrow.
You look more like the Gwyneth Paltrow version, and not the Bruce Lee.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Not Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, I think Kaiser's he's making a joke in there someplace. I'm trying to dig it out, but
Gwyneth Paltrow, she played in Kill Bill, didn't she? She was
no, it was
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman. Yeah, that's her name.
Oh, somebody like that, you know.
The blondes, you know.
Yeah, they all look alike. All those blondes.
Get Off My Grass is asking. We have a lot of people in the chat that I don't recognize. Welcome. Get Off My Grass is asking. Just got here. What's Gary's project?
Oh,
it's an art book.
It's all about Gary today, apparently.
Well,
No, go ahead, Gary. Hog the
I'm
show.
noticing the theme, and so I think from now on I will only respond to stuff about me.
Well, you know what I did today that I haven't done before, and it seems to be making viewership as we have our highest numbers right now that we've ever had, is I posted this. Not only it's going live on YouTube and Facebook, but also on Twitter, which I've never done before. And so this is being broadcast on all 3 platforms right now.
See, Aaron, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Oh, what do you think it is?
I think it's our guest.
You think it is?
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Kaiser's got like massive Instagram following, huge numbers.
No.
We're very jealous of that. So.
Yeah. And who was that? My mother was like, "You don't know that you are popular a little bit," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue." But
They don't know won't hurt you or something like that.
yeah, because it will intimidate you, I guess. I just know I don't think about it too much. Yeah.
Well, so how you spending most of your time right now working in video games or movies, or is it just all over the place?
Yeah, all of the above. I work in, well, not movies so much, mostly video games, animation.
Well, and I meant like animated film stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly that stuff, like drawing character designs for animation and maybe conceptual stuff for video games. I just did some loading screens for Fortnite, about 4 of those,
That's cool.
which was awesome because they pay a whole bunch of money. But
Well, that's nice.
That always reminds me of, I'm sorry to interrupt, that reminds me of a in Philadelphia bit where they were reading about, they read some phrase about an advertisement for something and they used the term Fortnite.
yeah.
And they didn't know. It's like, what's Fork Night? It must have been, they must be advertising like some kind of banquet or feast. It's a night of forks.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. Those things.
How regular is the work? Is it seasonal, or you keep busy like year round doing this stuff?
It's like very random in terms of the work that I get. Sometimes it's animation people from animation that will hit me up, like Warner Brothers and Sony. I just did some stuff for Warner Brothers just recently. And then it's like it's games, like a couple of months later. Yeah.
That's artwork in games. It's bait and switch because I just like get all excited when I see the artwork, and then when you get the actual game, it's like, what the hell is this?
That cool artwork I saw online that Kaiser was posting.
Yeah.
Angela
I mean,
Curry,
like I don't even think what I did. Well, there was a few images that I did, and I don't know if it even made it into the actual Fortnite game, or it might. I think that what they do, they work in seasons or something like that. So my season isn't, it's like 1, 2. I don't know. I don't play video games, but I do. It works differently than what I'm used to, which is mostly animation.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff you do it, and you have no idea what they're going to use it for.
Or if they're going to change their mind and not use it, right?
Right, you can use it at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing when it comes to animation. Like if you're working on a movie, that movie may not even come out. I mean, you've done all this work for it for a number of months.
Well, as long as you get the check.
Right. So as long as the check doesn't go, right? But no, I mean, it can be frustrating, right? Because you sit there and you spend a lot of time in something, you're all excited about it, and then it gets killed or whatever. And because you're doing, I would assume you do plenty of, what do I want to call it? Pre-production work where, maybe they're putting the project together that type of stuff for maybe investment purposes or whatever. And then it just doesn't go through for any number of reasons, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mostly just sort of, I don't even think about that stuff anymore. I just do the work and and just forget that it even exists afterwards, right?
On to
Oh
the next.
yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, I worked on that. I forget.
Isn't that
Like
something that-
some of the stuff I showed you guys. I was like, oh yeah. I guess I did that ninja guy.
Isn't that something that Woody Allen said, is that I don't think about the project I'm working on. I think about the project that I'm going to be working on next.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, that's that's the unfortunate thing, really. About, I mean, Hollywood and gaming and stuff like that pays really well, but you don't always get the satisfaction of the finished product or coming to fruition or anything, and that's, I think, the can be the frustrating thing. We used to joke all the time that all animators wanted to be comic book artists, and all comic book artists wanted to be animators, and or work in animation. Because it's I mean, very similar in terms of subject matter sometimes, but in terms of stuff coming together, or actually a project becoming something, it's very different. You just never know.
Yeah, I find myself wanting to illustrate a comic book every once in a while. I don't know. I just feel like it would be really fun.
Take some aspirin and get a nap, and then you'll be over it.
Yeah, you'll forget about that nonsense. But
Yeah.
well,
Gary, did you not hear me?
yeah, I heard the thing. You're drawing, all right? Give me a second here.
I wanted to do it again.
True Believer for $2. There is a corn dog comic book. Starcross Comics has published a corn dog comic. Now, Starcross, that was a while ago, right? That's not something new.
Okay. Can you explain what a corn dog comic book is?
No, there's like a character who's a corn dog, I think is what he's saying.
Oh, I was thinking, was getting all excited. Did they include a corn dog?
True Believer says they say the same about musicians and movie stars. That's right. Professional athletes, they all want to be like rappers, and all the rappers want to be basketball players, and all the actors want to be musicians. Musicians want to be actors. It's
I need to read this message from Randy Howell. He says, Gary.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
That's it? Well, he's just saying your name to get a little airtime. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows how to work the system.
Okay.
Green Laser says, Gary, tell Aaron he got the call to draw Captain America.
That and Bruce Lee will never die.
Aaron knows this. Yeah. I don't have to. Repairman Jack has put this message in a couple of times, and I've been avoiding it, but I'm going to reward him for his diligence. Yeah. Everybody knows San Jose is a party school. All right.
What's that got to do with anything?
I don't know. He's giving me a hard time for my San Jose State.
I know, but that's the one you chose to read. Was
well, it's because he posted that like 3 or 4 times.
Okay, so he demanded.
Angela Curry is saying something that we all know won't happen. It says, Gary, please don't take off your shoes. That goes, Angela. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what in the world is going on right now, but we need to reel this in, Gary. You got the chat is like they're going feral or something. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Okay, because mention the bare feet scene of going through the.
Oh, okay.
And Ozhead says Tarantino called. He wants to see that toe wiggle, Gary.
I wouldn't mind seeing your feet, Gary. They just pop
okay.
Hey,
we're learning something about you today.
Oh my gosh! All right, so you guys, here's the big question: did any of you guys watch the Oscars?
Yeah,
hell
no.
Dude, I didn't even know they were on. I used to that used to be like my go-to. I was like, I never missed the Academy Awards, and now I was like, I did not even know that it was on. I just happened to was going through social media or something and saying, "Oh, tonight's Oscar winners," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, that's not something I stopped paying attention to award shows a long time ago.
Yeah, me too. But I don't. I've never been that disconnected before in my life. I mean, usually I know when it's coming up. I just don't watch it. But man,
Yeah, I saw it this time. It was actually pretty entertaining.
well, I saw the bit that Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito did, which I thought was pretty funny. The
Oh
Batman
yeah,
with Michael
yeah,
Keaton.
yeah.
That was good.
I mean, I would say twins, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Well, did they? Somebody said it was an outtake. Did they? That thing where they called out Michael Keaton in the audience, was that actually aired, or was that just something that didn't?
Yeah, no. Michael, they cut to Michael Keaton. He had a like a mean face, like, because he was Batman, of course.
Right.
Yeah, but Mr. Freeze, that was the George Clooney, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
About. Oh yeah. So.
Well, I thought it was funny when Danny DeVito said, "Yeah, I was in, Batman Returns." He got a fair amount of applause, and then Schwarzenegger goes, "Yes, and I was Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin," and it was like just kind of a smattering of a couple of claps. I was like, "Yeah, that one sucked, Arnold."
That was horrible.
No, Madamon says Gary only watches Oscar Mayer.
I want to hear Dan Fraga do Schwarzenegger as Freeze. Nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh!
Nice to meet you.
His impersonation of Schwarzenegger is unbelievably good.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And he just throws in like just a couple of words from some, Schwarzenegger film. And you have to think about, okay, what movie is this?
Yeah.
So he's quite a Schwarzenegger aficionado.
Yes.
That's not hard because Schwarzenegger had tons of what do you call it? Catchphrases back
Oh
in the
yeah,
day.
Oh, gosh. It was like that was what he was
After-
gonna wait for, right? You'd go see
after
you wanted to know what he was gonna, what's the catchphrase from this movie that we're gonna be repeating for the next 6 months.
Yeah, after what do you call it? Terminator. That's when they're like, we're just gonna get in the chopper. Oh no, we're going to die. Yeah.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Back in the day, Schwarzenegger had more of a Kermit the Frog. Oh no, we're going to know. But these days, he sounds more like he's got something in his throat. This is not too good. This is not really good to die. And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, how does his accent get heavier?
Yeah, it got worse the more he spent in the
Right.
States.
Man, we're gonna have to hook you up with Dan Fraga, Corinne.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have to have a Schwarzenegger battle.
I know, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm apparently I could do a little bit of Biden, but I didn't know it. It was just like,
Do it.
Do it.
Apparently,
I don't think I can. I don't think it's all that great. So I'm not going to even try it.
well, let us be the judge.
Or you just like tease the audience, and then you're just like, nah.
Hey everybody, welcome to Illinois. And it's like, well, this is Idaho, sir. Oh, okay. Not in Kansas anymore. We are in Kansas, sir. Oh, fuck.
Anymore. Actually, we are.
Yeah, no, I don't want to say too much. The Democrats would definitely be upset.
That's right. You got to keep everybody happy. I don't know if we have any Democrats in the chat. You have to worry about that. Oh my gosh. So, who did you guys? Any of you guys see any of the movies that were like nominated or anything? I mean,
I saw that
Godzilla.
terrible. Oh,
Yeah.
go
Well,
ahead,
that
Dave.
was nominated, and they won.
yeah.
Yeah. For
I saw-
special effects.
I saw that terrible movie, Poor Things.
Oh, really?
It was awful.
I didn't see it because it looked, I don't know, it just looked too weird. But
the message that it had is terrible. It's awful.
I didn't see it.
I do not recommend.
there you go.
Unless you want to see what's her name's titties, you know.
Emma Stone?
Yeah.
David, hold on a
What?
second. Let me get my. Okay, what movie is that again?
Wait a minute, is that why she won the Academy Award? Because he showed her.
I think so. To me, that was almost like a Hollywood ritual. Now you're like super whatever. I'm like, man, you had to sell. I mean, it's just shy of showing her butthole.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're getting to a place where I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see my cousin's butthole.
That's your cousin?
You're Emma Stone. That's my
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I got you.
Twice removed, man. Come on. You have to explain the joke to you? Jeez.
I got you.
Her and Sharon, you know, we hang out.
What is this deal? Did you see that thing about Sharon Stone complaining that some producer suggested her that she have sex with Billy Baldwin to help his performance in that movie Sliver or whatever they did back in the 90s?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't hear about that one.
He's like, oh, yeah. I didn't hear anything about it.
So she's complaining now about a movie from 30 years ago?
Yeah, and the producer's dead. And it's not really clear whether or not they actually did have sexual relations, but
Man, that stuff I don't want to hear. Like all these years later, I'm like, okay, it didn't happen. I don't care what you say. You can make up.
yeah, that's right. If you're gonna wait 30 years, then it's kind of like
then it didn't happen. You know, I ain't hearing it.
or it happened and you didn't mind it at the time, right?
That's right. She was with it.
So
You know, just like a lot of these people who go up into like a hotel of some married man after 2 o'clock in the morning looking for some pudding pops.
Is that what they're calling it? These days?
is that what the kids are calling it now?
Got the pudding, the pops, and the hotels and everything.
Oh my
Yes, please sing the Bill Cosby Show opening song where he just like is making up words.
Oh, yeah. It's his comical version of scatting, you know.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I was like, well, he's having a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people in the chat going, "Who's that?" They don't even know who Bill Cosby is. Look at these people. Come
I
on.
just like I would go like the next day after that show and say in school, raggets and some rolls and some grease in my eyes.
Rudy.
Rudy.
Oh my God.
What did Eddie Murphy say? He said Bill Cosby came up to him. He said, "You can't be saying all that filth, flarn, flander."
Oh, yeah.
Flim, flar. You can't say all the filth, flarn, flander. He said, I never went on stage and said no filth, flarn, flander. He said, "You know what you said with all the flipping and flarn, flarn, flander."
Oh, God.
That was the time when Eddie Murphy stopped liking Bill Cosby because he called him and complained about his profanity on stage.
Mm-hmm.
He did that with a lot of comedians. Said, come on, let's be creative and not so.
Well,
Yeah.
I happen to agree with that because I was listening to Seinfeld on when I was on some talk show, and they asked him, why why do you not, or why don't you swear in your your bits? And he's like, because he goes, early on in his career, he had this joke, right? And he I can't remember what the joke was, but it was, anyway, it was, he tells the joke and then he describes the place as this effing place, right? And he gets laughs, right? He said, I wonder if they get the same laughs if I took out the swearing. And so he just told the joke straight and no one laughed. And he's like, they're laughing at the fact, which is so true 90% of the time. They're laughing at the fact that the shock value of you swearing and saying something they're not comfortable hearing.
So it's a cheap laugh.
It's a cheap laugh, right? So he said, I'm not going to do that anymore. And you have to work harder if you're not,
Right. You have to bring it.
I love that.
You deal with these fucking airplanes.
Yeah, exactly. Then you say, what's the deal with these airplanes? And they're like, yeah. So I like that. Have you guys seen that Nate Berganzi guy or whatever? He has a very sort of, is that his name? Nate? It's, he did Saturday Night Live not too long ago. He has a very sort of dry delivery, very monotone. You should check him out. He's really funny, but he doesn't.
Stephen Wright?
He doesn't swear either.
Stephen Wright.
No. I mean, I know who Stephen Wright is, but that's not the guy I'm talking about. Stephen Wright.
Shane Gillis, that one. Heavyset guy that looks like John Candy a little bit.
No, here I'm gonna. Okay, I'll dig up a picture. Now you got me. I brought it up. I got to pay it off, right?
Okay, while you are on a break.
Well, I didn't say I was on a break. I'm looking up something.
No, you've got a super chat.
I know. It's what. Okay, here we go.
Aaron.
Yes.
You have a super chat.
Gary, if I could strangle you from here, I would do it. I will read the super chat in just 1 second.
Aaron, you have a super chat.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, this guy right here.
Aaron, go ahead and talk.
This guy, Nate Bergazzi, I think his name is.
I don't know who that is.
You've never seen him before. No.
Oh, dude, check him out. He's really good. He's got this. He's just, yeah, it's clean.
Oh yeah. I've seen him before.
Yeah, very funny. Okay, here we go. Geek Avenger for $2. Seinfeld isn't funny though. Sorry,
damn.
Guys. Well, thanks for bringing it though. It's just, hey, I used to watch Seinfeld. That was must-see TV back in the day. John with no H for $2. Gary, tell him he has super chats again. In other words, continue to torment me is what he's basically. John, that's. You know what? I'm not going to walk away from that. Just hang on a second here.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
That's Aaron more annoyed than Cannonball.
Yeah, that's right.
There's levels of Aaron's annoyance.
Yep.
You just don't want me to go nuclear. That's when it gets really bad. Okay.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, well, did you guys see that? Because I have still not seen that movie, and I am.
I liked it. It
Pretty good.
It wasn't what I expected. I thought it was going to be a little bit more
Action. No, okay.
No, not action. Just a little bit more.
There's only one thing that in that story that can be.
I heard that. I heard that. Some people thought it was going to be more action in it. I was like, well, this is a true story about Oppenheimer. He wasn't.
No, I thought it was going to be more manic in his personality because he had
car chases.
Yeah.
Will you let David finish?
I thought he was going to just be a little bit more manic in his personality and them going into his personal issues, but they didn't. And I thought they were just going to do something a little bit more visually interesting with that, but they didn't. But it's okay. It was still a good story.
You don't think so? With the visual part? I'm like,
no, it was directed fine. I just expected a little bit more. No, I don't know.
Well,
I think
Christopher
in the
Nolan
hands of
doesn't-
another director, it would have been a little bit crazier.
Yeah, like Michael Bay or something. That
Well,
would be.
Michael Bay. Yeah, it'd have been.
So you'd have a shootout in the middle of the compound.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Christopher Nolan generally is fairly creative.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that it was. So you say it's just kind of a little bit more straightforward than you expected.
Yes.
But I was glad to see. Is it Cillian Murphy or Cillian Murphy? Cillian.
The Killian.
Yeah. Because he's done a lot of good work for a long time, and I was glad to kind of get noticed.
I want to see him and Christopher Walken have a stare off because these guys never blink. They don't blink when they deliver their lines, and you could keep the camera on them for a full 15 minutes and they will, a tear will not shed. They will not blink whatsoever. It's crazy.
Yeah. And Clint Eastwood, he doesn't really blink his eyes either. His eyes are already pretty closed.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't have to blink. His eyes are already anyway, so.
Samuel Jackson is in that school of staring.
Yeah.
He's got those big eyes, though, man. It's like.
Yeah. And Cillian Murphy has alien type eyes, like, and they're so far apart from each other. When I first saw him in 28 Days Later, I was like, well, that's an alien.
Yeah, it's like he's staring in past you into outer space.
Yeah.
Like it's like, what are you looking at?
I don't know. See, I'm from the Northeast, very close to New York, and I don't know anyone who sounds like Christopher Walken. Like he just has the weirdest New York accent.
Yeah, he's unique.
Yeah.
He was a song and dance guy originally too, which is really funny when you think about it.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think of this move here?
My gosh, you should have your own like one-man show, Kaiser. You just.
I heard that somebody on here that knows how to do a really good Christopher Walken. I think that's Aaron. Right?
He was on the boat that Natalie Wood was on when she got He was there.
Yep.
He's like, Gary, why did you have to bring that up again?
It's always Natalie Wood.
Let's go for a ride.
Well, wasn't there some sort of weird thing where, like, it was a rumor that she was having an affair with him?
There was all kinds of rumors.
It's like it seems so bizarre to me that that him and Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood are on this boat, and she's married to Robert Wagner, but allegedly having an affair with Christopher Walken, and you're like,
wow.
That's really.
Wait, what? How long ago was that? Was that in the 80s?
Oh, no, when did that happen? Yeah, it was probably the 80s, wasn't it? Or was it 70s? No, it was the 80s.
I thought it was the 70s.
Yeah, it might have been the 70s. I can't remember. Because Natalie,
long time ago.
Yeah, because she had just done that movie with Walken, right? That weird movie with Christopher Walken. It was like the last movie she made. What was that movie? What was the name of that movie? I thought they had like some sort of like mental powers or something. I don't know if it was a Stephen King thing or something.
Oh, you're talking about the shoot. And he could touch anyone and see what was going to happen before it happened.
The
ice is going to break. That guy.
Space Band says Brainstorm.
Brainstorm. Yeah, Brainstorm. That's not the one you were talking about, Kaiser. The other one, that one was the. They did a TV show with the guy from
Weird Science.
Come on, you guys, help me out. What was that? Dead Zone. The Dead Zone. That's what it was.
The Dead Zone. That's
okay.
Right.
Angela Curry is asking, wants to know if Kaiser can do his Shatner impression.
No, I can't do impression.
Yeah, Aaron's all good.
Aaron
that's
can.
mine.
That's right. I own the Shatner. That's my.
He also says 1981.
I spent years perfecting my Shatner. Watching countless episodes of Star Trek: The Original Series because there is no Star Trek after Star Trek, the original series. There you go.
That's good. That's really good. That sounds just like
Yeah, me and Bill, we go way back. All the way
it
back.
sounds like him when he played in Columbo. You know,
Yeah. He sort of
he,
became a
he
parody
was just
of
overacting like crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Major Corn Dog, DAWG, wants to know when I'm going to start the custom illustration headshots for my campaign. I will begin those when the books are shipped. When I start fulfilling, that's when I will do those.
How many do you have to do?
I think about 10.
Dude, I got this Kit Carter completist pack on my campaign, and everybody that gets it gets a headshot of Kit Carter, and I got like 50 or more, and I'm like going, I better start working on those.
Yeah, I think you should order a Kit Carter stamp.
Just boom, a big rubber stamp. It's like,
Yep.
Yeah, so I started working on them 2 nights ago. So I'm like, if I just do a couple a night, I'll have them done by the time the campaign closes. But if I wait until the campaign closes and go, oh, now I got to do like 50 or 60 of these, kill me, I tell you. So
Yeah, Repairman Jack, you haven't caught on to the system yet?
what system are we referring to?
He says that's all you have to do to get noticed. Is that scary something?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Well, Gary reads the chat, so you got to appease Gary. Or
Yeah, Vespa guy says he ordered 3 of the commissions, despite me taking out Bruce Lee.
There you go.
No, poor Bruce.
Spaceman, yes, we are. Hold on.
Gary killed him again.
This is scrolling too fast. Henry Thrune, sorry, Spaceman, I'll read yours in a second. Henry Thrune says, are you guys using StreamYard? Yes, we are. Spaceman, Adam West and Shatner together would be amazing. I agree.
They were together. Look up YouTube. Look on YouTube. Look up for they did a pilot for Alexander the Great. So you look up Shatner, Alexander the Great.
Really?
And him and Adam West were
Wow.
in it together.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. I'm telling you, it's must.
Did they have a scene?
Yes. They're like buddies.
Okay.
He like saves Adam West at the beginning of the film. He's like,
Wow.
Adam West is like, thanks, old chum. And he's like, of course, old chum. It's amazing. And John Cassavetes, actually a very prominent actor and filmmaker later in his career,
Yeah.
was the kind of the bad guy in it. So
I never liked him as an actor. I thought he was a much better director.
Yeah.
Repairman Jack also knows the system. He's asking me a question that most people are also pondering. Gary, why is your art so amazing? You think I'm making this stuff up, but I'm not. This is this is in the chat.
People want to get read, and they know exactly how to get there now. Either compliment you or insult me, and you're going to get read.
Yep, I will read those, guaranteed.
Oh my gosh. So Kaiser, do you have like regular work hours that you try to keep, or do you just like,
No, I usually just get to whenever I get to,
Yeah.
But no.
No, I wonder.
Yeah, I just sort of like once we agree to the payment, that's when I start on any of it.
Even if that's 2 a.m., you're like, okay, it's gonna pay me, so I'm gonna do it.
A lot of the times, yeah. I mean, I'll just sort of start like after the check clears. That's when I start. That way, I can just get it over and done with, Because a lot of this work I really don't care to do.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I shouldn't be saying that on the air,
yeah. I love you, Disney. I love you, Marvel. Marvel, they're the greatest. But
Man, he saw a laser sight on his chest.
I know, wait a minute, I take that back.
I was like, yeah, no, I love you, Mickey.
How much- Oh, is that a sound effect, Gary? It sounded like you stepped on something.
I know.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There it is.
Let's go. Jimmy Owens. Thanks, Jimmy, for $1.99. Long day yesterday. Thanks for the show. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Jimmy. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. But thank you for joining us. I hope we're giving you a few laughs anyway.
There's another one.
Another one?
Yep.
Ooh, Miss Daniel there. Daniel Russell for $1.99. Here is some more white trash and corn dog money. Thank you, Daniel. No, wait a minute. Okay. In defense of myself here, I had this alligator video, and all I can say is there was like some sort of aluminum siding pipe running into this like swampy area where this giant alligator was just underneath the water. And we were trying to determine where it was. And I said, well, it looks pretty white trashy. So I figure we're probably down south someplace. So then, I've been taking a little bit of grief from Daniel about.
Aaron, could you do me a favor and read Old Dirty Fatty's comment?
Oh my gosh!
It's in all caps, so you have to yell it.
Gary, are you an amazing artist or a supremely talented artist?
Thank you.
Yeah, he got that for free. They didn't pay to put that in there.
Yep.
Mm. So, Kizer, do you have like a gazillion zip drives full of your artwork?
I have a lot of them. I have a lot of SD drives. Actually, there's one right next to me. So.
Are you ever afraid that?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
I'm always backing up stuff because
Okay.
I'm extremely paranoid. So.
Because I don't know what would cause a flash drive not to work anymore, but like someone brings in a bunch of magnets into your house, you're like, no, I mean, I don't know.
Well, these days, fortunately, that they don't respond to magnetic energy as much as they used to. Like back in the day, remember you have to if you put your laptop on a computer, it will suck up all the information. Well. These days, they don't really do that anymore. Because I used to do that all the time.
Changing the subject a bit, Toshiro, we haven't heard from him yet. He's saying there are only two kinds of people in this world.
Uh-oh.
Those that love Gary Martin and those that will.
Wow. Things have certainly taken a strange turn on this show.
Skullmasher says zip drives. Aaron thinks this is still the Stone Age.
Yeah, I was wondering, like...
did I say zip? Did I
Yes,
say
you did.
zip? Oh, I meant flash drive. Right? Is that right? Flash drives? Is that right?
Yeah, did I say that right?
You hip young kids, correct me on that. It's flash drives, right?
No, I meant floppies, from back.
Yeah. I've still got a bunch of zips over there. I had to buy like a special reader to plug into my computer just so I could because I've got like old art files on like zip drives and stuff.
Master Dan says, "Sure, Gramps."
Oh. No, I mean, I should blow you up for saying that, but it's like I can't really deny it. That's the problem. I mean, I am, the big 6-0, and I do have a grandson, so it's like
You're 60? Wow, you look really good.
I'm 60.
Gonna go Gabby Hayes on me. Oh my gosh. Well, Kizer, he's this quiet, unassuming guy, and then he just zings you when you're not really
Well, that was that was David who said that. I would never do that.
uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Brian.
I would,
I'm sorry.
but
I'm sorry. David.
What I wish I thought of it first.
Brian Norton says Aaron knows floppies too well.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that came
Yeah.
dude. That came all the way from Japan.
Wow.
Hey, my cannonball reaches across continents.
Yeah. Old Dirty Fatty says, man, I'm getting the. He says, Gary has inspired me to start a family just so I can name them Gary, even if it's a girl.
Well, I'm glad you're benefiting from all this, Gary. That's what it's all about. It's all about you.
Hey Gary, what does your grandkids call you?
Silence.
I can't. You have to say it, David. You say it way better.
You can okay. I heard him say it. They call her Pappy G.
They call him Pappy G. Is that no?
Pappy G.
That's are you? He was a rapper.
It's like, no, that can't be.
Pappy G.
Pappy G.
It's called Pappy OG, right?
Pappy OG.
G's in there.
Uh-oh.
Good one, I actually like it.
Shiro. Okay, now, David, that's going to be a thing now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh.
G's up in here.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, you guys want to hear something funny? So last night on Professionals.
Hold on. Gary, get the sound effects ready. And you know which one. Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. On the Professionals last night, they pointed out to me that what's the celebrity website, IMBD or IMDb or whatever it is, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they have a listing on there for comics pro secrets, right? And comics, yeah. And it's got Ethan's name up there, and then they have all like the players that are on the show, and I am listed as Aaron Lopez.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
So I don't think I ever heard the origin of that.
We were just on the show, and he just, for some weird reason, accidentally called me Lopez instead of Lopresti. And we were like, what? And within 30 seconds, someone had come up and had their icon changed to Lopez. And so, and it immediately stuck. And so I just kind of rolled with it. But now I'm a celebrity on IMBD or DB or whatever it is. And
IMDb.
Yeah.
Gnomesky is reminding us in the game Fallout, there's an entire vault filled with clones named Gary. They all become psychotic and kill anyone that's not Gary. And all they say is Gary.
Goodness.
That's all that needs to be said.
That's right. The legend grows. All right, guys, I'm going to go a little, because I have to get my, my phone taken care of today. We're going to go for probably about 30 more minutes. So just be aware.
Aaron, you'll appreciate the story. I think I told it that I took a trip to Brazil as a publisher was translating my inking book into Portuguese.
Yes.
And every time I got introduced, if there was any kids around, they would laugh. And after a while, it started to get on my nerves.
Of course, you start killing people.
So I asked someone why they were laughing, and they told me that one of the favorite cartoons in Brazil at that time was SpongeBob. And he had a pet snail named Gary.
He's scary.
Yep. Every time.
Darn kids.
You're all.
Oh, Gary Lopez.
I will hate them.
Gary Lopez.
You talk like, yo, what's going on, bro? This is Gary Lopez here in the house, bro.
Yeah, looks like Geek Avengers trying to turn the tables around. That's an awesome fester, Aaron Lopresti.
Well, thank you, Geek. I appreciate that. Trying to give a little positive energy my way.
And Geek is also saying, Brohawk, nice lurch, bro.
Geek's trying to speak the language of the...
Spambot says Martinez.
Martinez?
Yeah.
Martin.
Oh, I see. So
Lopez.
Harry Martinez and Aaron Lopez. There we go. We'd be like our own comedy team. Like Cheech and Chong.
Yo, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Yo, this is just smoke some weed, man.
I did not authorize that, by the way. Offended
Hey,
by
cabrón.
Yo.
No, hey, do your thing, man.
Geek Avenger saying, Kaiser, I like the manga kind of feel you're doing on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. I think.
The day Wednesday, the character Wednesday.
Yeah.
That show got canceled, you know.
Oh, did it? Oh, shoot.
Yep. Only one season.
Never watched it.
Wait,
My daughter-
what got canceled?
Wednesday, that Netflix show about the Addams
But it was
family.
successful.
Was it any good?
It was weird. It was kind of a comedy and kind of not, and they call that a dramedy. And my daughter watched it. I didn't watch it very much.
I heard it has the
The
numbers though.
lead actress says some very sort of controversial things. So,
Of course.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
So they had to get rid of it. She's got the
John,
weirdest
without
chin.
age. What was that?
I said she has the weirdest chin. That actress.
Yeah, well, you can only take so much of that, and then you got to cancel. It's like your chin is just bugging me. John with no H for $5 says Aaron's Fester has sort of a Gru from Despicable Me vibe. Yeah, it kind of does. Stick a minion in there with a light bulb in his mouth. Oh my gosh, it's like our friend David's already working that angle.
Yep. And I have yet to unveil the special sound effect for $20 and over.
Oh, so you're encouraging people to, if you want to hear the
Well, you know,
$20 and overs, you know, you got to.
it'll be worth it. That's all I'm saying.
You know what's interesting? The only people that want to come on this show are animators and character designers.
Oh.
Is that are they making a statement about their competence?
I think maybe they're not afraid to draw in front of people. I think is what a lot of people are.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel like we're probably, the better artists, but I don't want to say no.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, we're all trying to be,
Right,
beating
David?
around the
David
bush.
knows because he used to be in animation. He's
That's
one of
right.
them.
well, David did both, right? So he's
I did it all.
I've done some comic book covers.
have you?
Yeah, I did a few independent covers for people.
Anything you can share with us? You're just gonna leave it
Not
out?
on this iPad. I have 3 of them, and
Well, no, I mean just tell us. What was the stuff you did?
I did something for this guy who produces games. He made his own comic, and he had to do like three covers for him. And what else did I do? I did a few others for people that you'll never even you won't know the names of any of them. I don't even know the names.
See, I'm starting to wonder if you pay attention at all to what you're doing, Kaiser. That you just like, yeah, I'll do it. You do the job. And you're like, who did you work for last week? I
That's,
have no idea.
that's exactly how it works.
Guy sent me a check, so we're cool.
He said, I work for Benjamin.
Yeah, I don't.
David, sleeping psychopath. Good thing he's asleep. Says David's laugh is precious.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh.
That's why you laugh.
Furious Comic says, I want to be on the show, Aaron, but you all would make me cry if you saw me draw.
Or you'd make us cry.
No, it would make him cry. We would make him cry.
And
No, I
we
know
would
what
all
you
cry
said, but I'm saying that we
because
would.
he's crying.
We'd all be crying.
We're big softies here.
Geek Avenger says, wait, nobody's doing Cousin It? You've all failed.
Now, hang on a second. I got a question. Was Cousin It in the comic strip, or was that an invention for the television show?
Good question.
Oh, that's right. It, the one with the hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
I don't know. Never watched Addams Family.
What? I thought you said you were a fan of the Addams, or you didn't know who they were. What did you say earlier on the show?
I mean, I knew who they were from the movie back in the 90s, and
Okay.
but I never really. I mean, I didn't watch that movie. I don't know. For some reason, it kind of turned me off with the monsters and stuff like that. No,
You're not a
You don't
monster
like
fan?
monsters?
not comedy monsters.
Oh. You like to be
Yeah.
scared for real.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want death and destruction. You don't want any of this other crap. Okay, I got you.
I was like, there's no Freddy Krueger in
Yeah, where's Freddy Krueger, man? I'm gonna watch this crap.
But your art has so much fun. I would assume that you would
Yeah.
this. Yeah,
like this kind of stuff.
this is actually pretty fun now. I might draw more of these characters.
Mm.
I always thought that Beetlejuice was the uncle of Wednesday.
Yeah. There you go. You could draw that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wednesday was always a puzzle to me. It's like, what is she about? Because the other ones are pretty obvious.
Well, no. What about the kid, the other kid, the brother? What was his name? Chubby? What was
A
his
fat
name?
kid? Well, he was just a fat kid.
Yeah, well, okay, but that's not a thing. I mean, don't you think he's as big a mystery as Wednesday?
In my day, it was. You can't say that now, but
Fat dude. Hey, fat dude.
yeah. Sif 4, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If Gary was a dictator, the name Gary would replace nouns, verbs, and adjectives.
Is that like the Smurfs? Remember they used to go, "Oh, that's a Smurfing good pie you got there."
That's right. Yeah.
Go Smurf yourself.
Oh yeah, so that's it. Now go Gary yourself. Get the heck out of here.
The guy in his room says David's lurch is looking a little Two-Face.
Two-Face.
It's just a shadow. Guy in your room. You got to get out of your room more often.
That's right. Turn the lights on in your room. You'll be able to see it better.
Pastmaster Dan is saying Billy Barry played Cousin It. Correct? Question mark. I don't know. Does anyone know?
Take your word for that. I don't know. Who's Billy Barry? I know Billy Barty is like that.
Barty, yeah, that's what I was like.
Billy Barty.
Barty.
Yeah, he corrects himself. Billy Barty.
Okay.
I think autocorrect. He got
The
him.
bigger question is who played the hand?
Yeah.
Box.
Good. Yeah. I wonder if he got paid for that. I mean, let's talk about an easy gig.
They probably grabbed like a stagehand or something. Okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna reach out of this box.
The guy in his room says, so he does know some stuff. Wednesday is just a goth, and that's it. Yeah, okay, I'll buy that. Chumley? Spambot says, Chumley? Pigsley, Dan Genovese.
Chumsley.
I'm sorry.
Stars.
Pugsley.
Oh, Pugsley. Okay, now we're getting someplace. Yeah, Pugsley. That was his name.
You remember when John Aston played the Riddler?
It was like one episode, right?
I
Yeah.
hated it. I was so upset. I was like, "Why is he playing? He's not the Riddler."
Yeah, we were
as a
like-
kid.
Dude, that's the thing. When you're like a kid and you see stuff like that, you're like, you just do not understand what's going on. You're like, wait a minute, who's this guy? He's not the Riddler.
I got the Blu-ray of that, and I refused to watch that episode.
Do you think like Frank Gorshin was like busy doing something? They couldn't bring him in to film it?
Could be. Who knows?
I do remember that.
Here's another name I'm not familiar with. Who me? Question mark. Welcome. They're all looking great, but Aaron's is best.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Come back more often.
Yeah. Yeah, come back in about 6 months.
No. Come back every week right here on Graybeard's Studio.
Uh-oh. Tachiro's pointing out, look out, boys. Kaiser whipped out the power red.
Uh-oh.
Sure did. I sure did.
Don't be whipping stuff out now. Actually, we've got 430 people watching right now.
Whoa.
That is a record for us. And
How many?
yeah,
Three?
well, at one time, yeah.
340?
430.
Oh, 430. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all because of Gary.
Well, because
Well,
It's all because of Pappy
I
G.
still think it's our guest.
Yeah, Pappy G.
Is that
so
why-
Pappy G.
Pappy G in the house.
Pappy G's in the house. Yeah, that's how the grandkids said. Now's everybody.
Yeah, you guys, they're gonna be talking like that too. They're very impressionable.
Yes, they are.
I told you the story about Tucker who yelled before he left the restaurant. This food
Yeah.
sucks."
Well, dude, that is totally on you. It's once again, as I said,
Yeah, that was your fault.
Your pranks gone south, and so I don't blame the kid, man. I blame his grandpappy.
But that's not what I told him to say.
Well, you're dealing with what? How old is he?
He's like 12.
He doesn't even know.
See?
He's like 12. I don't know. These kids.
His Pappy G is a bad influence.
That's right.
I'm ashamed of you, Pappy G. That's a good name, though. I should.
Happy OG, right? That's the original.
Furious Comic says Gary wears his hat sideways when Pappy G.
Right.
So what's the time situation, Aaron?
About 15 minutes,
Okay.
unless I get done sooner.
Pappy G slapped a cop, and the cop said, "I'm sorry."
That's right. You don't mess.
I'm sorry, sir. I was wrong.
I didn't realize I was talking to Happy G.
Johnny Rando, another name I'm not familiar with. Welcome, Johnny. Please stop harassing the service industry. Their job is miserable enough.
That's right, Gary.
Jeez. Johnny, were you directing that comment at me
He's
specifically?
absolutely directing that at you.
Yeah, I'm not asking you. I'm asking John.
I'm telling you, I know for a fact he's directing that at you.
Yeah, well, Aaron speaks from experience. He's dined with me before.
You're right, Gary. It does nothing if he doesn't harass the service industry. Oh my gosh! First person I ever met who demanded.
I had an ex that would. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. He's an old.
No, I said my ex she would ask for the manager at every restaurant we went in.
Oh, man.
I remember one time she asked for the manager when her it was something that was upside down. Oh,
Was it
her
upside down?
her eggs were upside down.
You mean the yolk wasn't showing?
No, it was scrambled eggs. I'm like, wait a minute.
What? How do you know they're upside
That's
down?
hilarious.
Like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. It's, you're not going to give her the manager for that. So, yeah, So she called the waitress over, and the waitress was like, she thought it was a joke. She thought she was being pranked.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't like the way you looked at me. Get your manager.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. How long did you date this girl?
Not long. Not long.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, and so she didn't want us to return back to that restaurant, and I came back the next day, after without her because I thought the food was good.
Well, they probably didn't want you to come back either.
Yeah, no, they didn't want her back.
Yeah, I'll show her.
Well, yeah,
But anyways,
you went up there to get a seat, and you're like, you didn't bring your girlfriend with you, did you? No.
He started macking to that other girl. He was like, "Hey, girl, I'm sorry about that."
Yeah, that's right. So what do you got?
Johnny Rando is saying, yes, Gary, I'm addressing you. Nobody else is training other generations to be rude.
See?
Okay, once and for all, I did not tell him to say that. I didn't tell him to say that.
Coming from the guy who, well,
Okay. I'll help you out there, Aaron. Vespa Guy says most of Gary's stories involve women or children crying.
well, corn dog lady, the handicapped Stranko fan. I mean, you just go right down the line.
He didn't cry.
He did when he got home and realized he
That's
didn't
all right.
actually get his
Okay, I'll give you that. When he realized,
you didn't see him cry doesn't mean
Yeah.
that it didn't happen.
yeah, that's true.
Uh,
What was it? The real Storeko?
how come Stranko's only 20? I thought he was older than that.
Right. Wow, Storeko sure looks young.
For a guy who's been around since the 60s.
Yep. I mean, even when I was 20, he's got better head of hair now than I did back then.
Yeah, but is it his?
No, I think it is.
He's got
he
that.
scored.
Go ahead, David.
He scored all the old bottles of Prel and Wella Balsam from back in the day, and he's still using it. So.
Hey, that dude's still using high karate.
There you go.
Yeah. Grecian Formula 16
Yeah.
and high karate.
Brute by Fabergé.
I used to love those high karate commercials. Now the chicks would just attack him, and he'd just be like karate chopping. All
And he was like this, skinny nerd looking dude.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's kind of like what they do with those Axe commercials now, right? You get this kind of very average Joe, but as soon as he puts on Axe, it's like, yeah, the women dig it.
Can't even do those types of like male, like, oh, I'm getting all the lady type things nowadays. It's like gets the men and the ladies. It's like, oh, damn.
Rage at the Illusion. Rage, I'm not familiar with you. Welcome. He says, who made these corn dogs? Gary, breaking women's hearts.
He's obviously not new because he knows the story.
Yeah,
He knows the legend of.
he knows the story.
We should have a segment. It's like, who did Gary make? Who did Gary make cry today? And then
why are you crying? Because Pappy G. Damn Pappy G.
Oh,
So sad. Pappy G.
Spaceman says from last night, I guess. Aaron, whose channel was the Bros? That was on. It was on Graham's channel last night. I've got it this week on Tuesday night. So
is Aaron? Do you know? David? Do you know? Is Ethan doing Kings tonight?
I have no idea.
He was talking about changing it from Mondays.
Well, latest I heard he's going to keep it on Monday, but I think he's doing it tonight. But I am not going to be here, so I can't do it because it's not in my normal programming schedule.
Brian Norton says Professionals was a fun show. Angela saying that she heard that he moved it to Wednesday.
Yeah, this week. I don't know if it's going to be permanently moving though.
Timmy Mello says Ethan is off because it's Hunter's birthday
Today? Oh, okay. Well,
Happy birthday, Hunter.
there you go, Hunter.
Happy birthday
To you.
Mr. President.
The chat knows all. Okay, let me ask the chat a question. What's the capital of Assyria?
Oh, I don't know that. Oh, what's your favorite color? Red. No, blue. That, I think, is the funniest movie ever made. Now, of course, our good friend Gabe LTA doesn't think Monty Python is funny. So,
Nope.
He's a professional humorist, so he would know.
Henry Bemis, that's incorrect. Assyria no longer exists.
Damn.
So it's a
What did
trick
they become? Did they become Iraq or something?
It's a trick question. Aaron, is that a head on that platter?
It is.
Dang.
That's perverted.
Well, dude, this is, oh my gosh, this is the Addams Family, isn't it? Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Is it?
We got Angela swearing.
Angela?
Yeah,
Wow.
she said,
Wow.
Gary, I Googled it. Google lied.
What did she Google?
The capital of Assyria. Assur. Okay, see, that could be correct because that's an ancient city. So, Angela, you might be correct. So Google may not have lied.
I'm confused. So
But she said like all caps. Damn it, Gary.
Well, what became Iraq? That used to be Saudi, or not Saudi Arabia. What was it? What was Iraq before it became Iraq?
Your rack.
Of course.
Just full of women with big chests. This is what I heard.
Yeah, you can't verify that.
Yeah, it was Raquel Welch before that.
Yeah. You guys like this?
All right. How are we all doing? I've just saying I'm almost done. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Angela's saying getting damned in CG is a compliment. Okay.
Well, Angela would know. She's
I mean, I guess you could cover anything if you just follow with the phrase, I meant that as a compliment.
I was on a date with some chick once, and what did I say? I think I just blurred. They were saying something about like we were at some club, and I was with a couple of people, and I mean we were double dating or something, and I didn't know this girl very well, but she said something like, "Oh, I love Billy." I can't remember what it was, and I said, "Oh my gosh, what are you, an idiot?" And she looked at me, and I went,
goodness.
And I went like this. I went, I meant that affectionately.
Quick thinking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Save the moment.
You said Billie Eilish or Billy Idol?
Billy
Idol.
It wasn't Billy Idol, but it was something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are you, an idiot? And then
Bill-
I went, oops. Well, I shouldn't have said that. But I could have saved it.
Civ 4 says it looks like Aaron might finish first. Well, that's because Kelsey's not here.
Damn.
That's right. Poor old Kelsey. Hey, is it St. Patty's Day this weekend?
Is it?
Is it like the 19th or something? I don't even know what the date is.
Are you asking a black man?
Well, you were out there, black man, though, right?
Well, see, I don't know, and so there's only.
Are you Irish? Are you Irish, Martin?
I'm
Not Irish, not to
part
try.
Irish. I have some Irish in me. Yeah, mostly Scottish.
The look of the black Irish is up here for you. I hear you. We'll go outside at the Irish pub.
We need to have you on more often.
You were, apparently you were like at some point in your life we're going to be an impressionist or a stand-up comedian, right? And that's where you learned all this, these accents.
I'm just from Jersey. There's so many different types of people over here. They just pick up their accents without even realizing it.
A friend of mine who's a stand-up comedian, his name is Don Reed. He did like if you were to go to the Jay Leno show, he'd be the opening act to warm it up before the show started, that type of person. But he was also on the Cosby Show and all. But he had little sketch comedy things that he did, and he came up with this character called Lucky the Irish Pimp.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, top of the morning, is that me hole over there?" You know, and he was dressed like a leprechaun, and he was pimping down the street and had the platform shoes. And I think you could Google it. It was funny as hell. "Oh, is this me hole over there?" "Hey, Shaquandra, come here. Where's me money hole?"
Oh my gosh.
Hold on a second. Dan Lawless is asking a relevant question.
Uh-oh.
How come Kaiser gets to work digital, but us other dudes can't?
Yeah, well, that too. But I was going to say, when someone agrees to come on the show and actually draw, I'm getting a little flexible with what I'm allowing, because we have a hard time getting people to come on this show because, well, let's face it, they're afraid, and Kaiser's not afraid.
That's right. He's coming with the heat.
Now,
Even though
go ahead.
it's kind of a cheat that he gets to just like touch something and all this color appears.
Yeah. But,
I
we
wish
want to
that.
make it feel comfortable. We want to feel comfortable. I'm interested to see how. I think it's the 27th that Anakin Udofia is going to come on, who's a mural artist,
A muralist.
Yeah, muralist, and that should be quite fun. So,
Is that a word?
Yeah.
I think it
A
is now.
muralist?
I think it is
Yes.
now. I just used it.
So you can like pretty much add ist
Mhm.
to
much.
any.
I think so.
I'm a
I approve it.
There you go.
okay.
Kaiser approved. I'm signing my piece. I am done. I can't believe it. I
Wow.
wasn't even sure I was going to get this done with this many characters.
Well, that's because you didn't color it.
Well, it's Addams Family. You don't do Addams Family in color. I might put a little gray marker on it later.
That's true. There would be very limited palette.
Look at all that black you have in there.
I know. Dude, if you were using, are you using your Zig to color in that black?
No.
See, it'd go a little bit faster. So,
Yeah. I used a big fat Sharpie. It doesn't matter.
no, Sharpie tip isn't that flat. That flat tip on that Zig, man, colors faster than the Sharpie does.
I don't think so.
Well, I think
You
you're
think
wrong.
it does?
No, I know it does.
Oh,
I'm using the Zag brush. So
Yeah, well, that's close to. You got the Zig. He's using the Zag.
yeah.
And getting his power red in there. Mm-hmm.
Jack Elmy says corn doggist.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay,
I'm a professional corn doggist.
I like it.
I practice the art of corn doggery.
Oh, that does not even sound right.
Corn doggery. I like that better. The art of corn doggery.
I'm an expert in corn doggery.
Oh, that sounds so not right.
I don't like that corn dog is so close to my name. You know,
Koran dog.
Koran dog.
Koran dog.
Koran dog.
Mhm.
Koran. Let's call the whole thing off.
Tracer X says, I'm somewhat infuriated by DWAM's lurch.
Okay.
David, have you ever infuriated anyone with your art?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have.
Oh, Chris Boitano says Lopez is Cornholio.
Oh,
Here, let's take this. There we go. Talk to me like that.
David, I know at least one guy
Go ahead.
you infuriated with your art.
oh,
But
who's this?
we won't mention his name on this show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I already did, didn't I? Okay. You guys, we have 450 people watching right now. I would encourage everybody. In fact, let me rephrase that. I would beg everyone to hit the like and subscribe button. What a great opportunity.
I'm going to hear you beg, Aaron.
Please, for the love of God, please hit the like and subscribe button. And also, I want to take a minute here. What's that?
No, I was saying hit the button. Just hit the button.
Thank you. Thank you. Kaiser will not come back if you don't hit the button. Let me take a moment here real quickly while these guys are finishing up, since I'm the one who got finished first, which is amazing. We've all got stuff that we would like to present to you. And I've got a graphic novel campaign called Kit Carter Planet Doom. You'll find the link in the description of this video if you want to go over there and check this out if you have not already. 64-page graphic novel, hardcover and softcover editions available. You find plenty of work by me, Matt Ryan, colored by Kelsey Shannon. Dan Lawless provided the back cover. Gary Martin, a little pinup on the inside. There's all sorts of good stuff. You got T-shirts, you got sketchbooks, you got a movie poster of Kit Carter you can get, and a laser-etched shot glass. You can get Garbage Man trade paperbacks, Power Cube trade paperbacks, which are my creator-owned books that I published through Dark Horse years ago. Or if you missed Wraith of God, you can get the second printing or all the first printings of the second issue of Wraith of God, Blood Hunters. So all that's available on this. That's a quick trip through Kit Carter Planet Doom graphic novel. Again, the link in the description of this
I have
video.
to admit, Aaron, that I am digging the Kit Carter artwork more than Wraith.
Well, it's more, I think, in line to what people are used to seeing from me. Then Wraith is a little bit of
I don't know if that's it. I think it's just it's giving you the opportunity just to go crazy.
Well, there is kind of I was just talking about Matt Ryan Anchor today about the amount of fun I'm having working on it. It's like, you know what? I'm going to draw a big old monster here because I can. And so where, Wraith of God is more of a morality tale, and it's a much more in-depth process, where Kit Carter is very kind of surface level fun entertainment, and I'm really having
like all kinds of goofy monsters and
you got a monk beer drinking monkey
and tight suits.
Tight suits, exactly. Let's take a look also at Fearsome, which is David's project with Ethan Van Sciver. This is the preview book. You're going to get 11 or 12 pages. of the story?
11 plus behind the scenes artwork.
That's right. So the great thing about this is it is kind of a preview book, and there will have the full issue will come out later, but this actually has sketchbook material and preview and production art that you won't get to see anyplace else. So it makes it, and it's going to be print to order. So it's going to be a small print run, a very collectible book. So you want to check this out. Some great artwork by our own David Williams. There's some of it right there. And it's a very, very short and simple campaign, but follow the link in the description of this video, take you right there, and you can check that out and see if it's something you want to get behind, because I think you're going to be sorry if you miss out on it. Bigfoot, who's not here, but I'm going to do him a little bit here, a little bit of a favor, and run his campaign real quick. He has a sketchbook coming out called, this is Kelsey Shannon, called Scribbles. It's at, it's not on Indiegogo like the other ones. It's on Fund My Comic. Again, you'll find the link in the description of this video. Tons of his process stuff, page layouts, a lot of good stuff. There's Anna, the Star Wars girl, in her Star Wars slave girl outfit. You don't want to miss that. You can get a.
Why do you always show that piece?
Well, because it's a nice piece. And he says, you get his Jack Show drinking T-shirt there. And but anyway, so that's for Kelsey Shannon, who we hope at some point will return to us from the Stargate, I believe is what people are suggesting, that maybe he's went through and is lost. And of course, our special guest today, Kizer Stone, you can follow him on Twitter. You can follow him on Instagram. There's a link to his Instagram in the description of this video. He goes by Kizerilla on in Instagram. And you just go by, CORAN Stone, or what do you go by on Twitter?
CORAN KIZER STONE, yeah.
Okay, so it's all three of them. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So, but I do have a link to the Instagram, and if you want to see some really cool artwork, go follow him on Instagram, because he shows quite a bit of cool stuff on a regular basis. So there you go.
Doesn't Kelsey have another thing with Nexus with Baron also?
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah. It's not up yet.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
It's yeah, they're doing the email sign up.
Oh, okay.
All right, dudes, we're gonna wrap this up because I got to go yell at the phone company and get new service. So let's go around the horn here and see what we've got. I'm going to show mine first.
Before you do that, Aaron, I need to make a correction.
Yes.
Tracer X is setting me straight. Hey, Gary, it was infatuated, not infuriated. That's a completely different thing.
So you're not, David didn't upset anybody. He's actually
infatuated.
All right. So let's take a look at the wondrous thing I created today. There you go.
Oh, that's very cool. Wow.
I like
so
that.
That's Gomez's head on a platter there, Gary.
Dang. You know what? If that goes up for auction, I'm going to bid on it.
Well, I'm not going to make it to auction because someone's going to buy it before that. I predict it. So, well, I'm always accepting offers, you guys. Always accepting offers. So there you go. You got Morticia, Lurch, Gomez, and Uncle Fester with his light bulb.
That's very creepy.
It's all good fun.
And that the Lurch kind of looks like the Grinch.
You're saying it doesn't look like Ted Cassidy? Is that what you're saying? Was it Ted Cassidy that played Lurch?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure did. I guess.
There's Uncle Fester from Despicable Me. And so, yeah, there's the whole gang, or part of the gang anyway. All right, so I'm quite proud of myself. I filled in all that black and drew all those characters in like 2 hours, less than 2 hours. That's pretty amazing.
And there's cross-hatching.
That's right. You can't ever get enough cross-hatching in there. So there it is. Little Jack Davisy cross-hatching going on there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm just looking at a book on Jack Davis's work. It's pretty incredible. Really nice stuff. Kizer, can I show your drawing?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I hope so. That's what you're here for. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's what do you call it? That's Gomez as a kid and Morticia as a little kid.
Well, he got a backstory for this thing.
Yeah, once
He
again,
always does.
Yeah. And Morticia at that time when she was little didn't really care for any of these characters. So
took her a
Yeah.
while to kind of warm up to the whole thing.
Yeah, she's
yeah,
she's a different.
yeah. And they weren't boyfriend girlfriend yet. They were just kind of
Well, yeah, I would assume that he had to court
Woo
her
her.
hard.
Yeah.
yeah.
Say what?
Yeah. Yeah, let's take out the hard part, but definitely that's what. But yeah, Morticia wasn't. She didn't like Gomez at all, or Lurch.
What's
She
that,
thought Lurch was weird.
That beverage that he's serving.
Oh, it's gross juice.
Oh, that's funny. That's great. Let's see. How to Draw Comics by Dan Lawless says, Kaiser, I love it. Sean Willett says, Aaron, you're a huge inspiration. Your style is similar to the quality and techniques of what I'd love to get to someday. Please kick Gary. Oh,
Damn.
no, he didn't. I threw that in. Very nice, Kaiser. Thank you so much. Gary, pardon me, David, let's take a look. Look at Uncle Fester. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is hilarious. Oh.
Awesome.
Oh, I see. So you got the glow from the light in there, so you
Yeah.
don't have to color
Yeah.
the rest of that in.
Yep.
Wow.
Very nice. So, David, technically we can consider this complete, right?
Yep.
Wow. Angela Curry says she loved it. Rand Arrington says, sweet DW, what a riot. John without an H says, David's lighting is awesome.
Yep. David's lighting is always awesome.
Vespa guy says, Aaron even had cousin It holding his drawing up. Oh, wait, that's just Aaron's arm. There we go.
Well said.
Killer says, David's always thinking out of the box. Awesome, man. Zaid Comics, of course, that's Merv the Astro Chimp. Phil Diaz says, so cool. And Tracer X says, winner. What? This isn't a competition. Just knock it off. Quit trying to cause trouble in the chat. Very good. That's excellent. I love that lighting. That's really great.
The glow from David's auction Spider-Man is still influencing the chat.
Yes, absolutely. All righty. Well, everybody has, for a sorry, not a competition, but for for an episode.
Wow.
For an episode where we weren't, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I was like, Addams Family. I think we all actually turned in some pretty good pieces. How about that?
Yeah.
So everybody, at least in this episode, made top 3 for sure if it was a competition. All right, everybody. Hey, I want to, before I, Spambot for $5. Thank you so much, Spambot. He says, just happy to catch the show live. And you're late. We are happy you did as well. Like I said, this is our biggest numbers yet on the show, and I'm gonna attribute all that to me, and a little bit to Kizer Stone for joining us, and also finally putting it up on Twitter like a dummy. I haven't been doing that, so I'm doing it now. So. Everybody seems to be thinking that this is a competition and that somehow David won something. I don't know what that's all about, but I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you guys in the chat. Your participation is greatly appreciated and really makes the show what it is. Thank you for the super chats. We appreciate you guys. Again, please hit the like and subscribe if you can before you're done here. And let's see this is the end of the week for me until Sunday, where you see Aaron live at 4:00 Pacific time right here on this channel. And then next week, we'll see you guys right back here with another surprise topic and probably maybe another surprise guest. We shall see. But thank you for joining us on Graybeard'S. We'll see you right here next week. Same time, same channel. Thanks, guys. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.